Hello everyone, my name is Destin Miller and this is my first critical performance for SEC 352. I will be analyzing the textbook Intro to Business, more specifically its first unit, which is chapters 1 through 4. The first diversity question that I answered over Unit 1 is what percentage of each ethnic group is displayed in the pictures throughout the text? Out of 27 pictures, including 55 individuals, I found that there were 5 ethnicities. Out of 27 pictures, including 55 individually, out of 27 pictures, including 55 individuals, I found that 43% of them were white Americans, 24% of them were African Americans, 16% Asian, 13% Latino or Hispanic, and only 4% Native American. The second diversity question that I answered was, does the text conform to gender stereotypes? My answer was no. I say this for multiple reasons that can best be shown by me listing examples. For example 1, in one of the pictures I saw a man and a woman shaking hands. It was very obvious that they were business partners, therefore showing that a woman can be a successful business partner too. The next example I had was I saw a woman farming in a picture. If this textbook did conform to gender stereotypes, you wouldn't really see a woman farmer because it's just you would usually see a man farming instead of a woman. On the other hand, I saw in another picture, I saw a man online shopping. He had his Visa card in his hand as he was checking out a product online. Another example I found was a woman giving a business presentation to a group of people. And the last example I found was just businessmen and women throughout multiple pictures saying that neither a man nor a woman is a better business person. Neither a man or a woman is a better business person. I was actually surprised to see that out of these 27 pictures that had 55 individuals, that 62% were female and only 38% was male. Meaning that there were 34 females in these pictures and only 21 males. That was a little shocking to me. The third diversity question I answered was, what percentage of the picture displays children, teenagers, and adults? I wasn't surprised to find that there were 0 children in any of the pictures throughout Unit 1. I say this because it's a business textbook, therefore children are not business people, I guess you could say. Business comes with age and understanding it. I was a little bit surprised that there were only 12 teenagers, since it is teenagers reading this book. I think they could have incorporated more pictures with teenagers, especially the ones where it was just showing individuals shopping or something like that. I think they could have added some more. There were 53 adults out of the 55 individuals, so that wasn't very surprising that there were 43 adults out of the 55 individuals in the pictures, so there were 43 adults out of the 55 individuals pictured in Unit 1, so they are obviously the majority, but I think that is very normal to decipher the business world. Getting a little deeper in my analysis, I used the Fletch-Kincaid readability level. Getting a little deeper in my analysis, I used the Fletch-Kincaid readability test. The score that I got for this particular textbook was its reading ease is 54.7 and its grade level is 9.6. Some assumptions that I took away from this is that this textbook should be used for freshman high school students taking their first business class. Both levels are appropriate for the classroom range where this textbook is being used. And another assumption is it would be a great book, and another assumption is it would be a great book to use for an introduction to business class. I think that both of these scores are exactly where they need to be. So I overall think both of these scores are exactly where they need to be for this particular textbook. Moving on, to analyzing Kentucky Core Academic Standards, specifically technology in high school, to the Intro to Business textbook that I'm analyzing, I picked 3 standards. Moving on, I picked 3 Kentucky Core Academic Standards, particularly I chose 3 standards from the Kentucky Core Academic Standards for high school. The first being Technology 4.5, which states students demonstrate an understanding of appreciation for and sensitivity to a multicultural and world view. The second one being Technology 3.6, which states students demonstrate the ability to make decisions based on ethical values. And the third standard I chose was Vocational 2.30, that says students evaluate consumer products and services and make effective consumer decisions. I also put these in a table at the bottom stating whether I strongly agreed, or disagreed with this standard and how it compared to the textbook. I rated these 3 standards in the table below with whether I strongly agreed, or disagreed with if they were reached, or if they were met or if they were met from Unit 1 of Intro, or if they were met from learning Unit 1 of Intro to Business. I agreed that technology 4.5 was met. I agreed that technology 3.6 was met, and I strongly agreed that vocational 2.30 was met. To go in a little deeper on these standards, for students demonstrating understanding of appreciation for sensitivity to a multicultural and world view, I chose to agree with it. I chose agree when it involved interpreting how the state standard aligned to the text, because I think the students would reach this standard when learning about business and the global economy in Chapter 3. More specifically, when students are taught about international business basics, the global marketplace, and international business organizations, they would reach the standard. For students to demonstrate the ability to make decisions based on ethical values, I also chose agree for this state standard as well, because I feel the information will be taught when social responsibility of business and government is discussed in Chapter 4. I strongly agree that the text aligns with this state standard because the title of the first chapter is Economic Decisions and Systems. Its 4 main sections are satisfying needs and wants, economic choices, economic systems, and supply and demand. The most important part of making effective consumer decisions is determining if the product is a want or a need, which the students will be taught in the beginning of this book.